Cue the music, let's go. I'm your boy Ro, contributor for State of the U and OG member of the Orange Bowl boys. It was a disappointing one for your University of Miami Hurricanes versus the North Carolina Tar Heels, but you know it's not disappointing. Those guys up there, Caneswear, the everything store for everything Canes. Visit them at their Davie Store location or online. Brett, Kenny, and the boys, they'll hook you up. It's an extra long one this week, Canes fans. Sit back and enjoy, and let's become students of the game. 1st and 10 on UNC's first drive. They come out ace gun, 2-by-1 look. They're running a pull and power concept. Miami's combating this in a 2-safety look. Their traditional 4-2-5 with a hybrid flex player located right here. Now, 11 set personnel. Here's your one running back. Here was your tight end in line right here. And this is where I want to focus on, because whether you wanted to or not, tight end is giving you a little bit of the business. He engages you. Now you're in like a 2-gap variety. At this point, what is very important is you got to extend. You got to be able to disengage from this blocker, and you got to be able to play both sides of him. Now, what else is I find interesting? Linebacker's coming right here. He's trying to run fit the C gap. So this is how this little crease forms. When you don't disengage right here at the defensive end position, and when you just barely overrun this, watch, it goes to C, gets pushed out to D. Now that turns into have this little C gap crease. Great patience and vision by the running back, but it's okay. This is why you need a safety that's going to go ahead and erase a multitude of sins. If you have a safety, he's reading it right. But if he... Yeah. Nothing else to say here but to praise the individual effort by Jahvari Harvey here. UNC is trying to run a swing concept. They're going to get the numbers when they motion across the formation. And the blind spot of this play is right here. Absolutely. So pay attention to the right tackle. This play's efficacy is based around the fact that he must get his defender on the ground. So in this juncture, he's going to come out like a normal pass block, but then he goes ahead and decides to launch and chop block at Jahvari Harvey's legs. Great balance, athleticism, and the ability to get from that spot to this spot. There you go. Bang. Great play, young man. It is 3rd and 1, and the University of North Carolina comes out in a 3-by-1 look. Here's a bunch formation, tight to the formation. Here's your X wide receiver. Now, a couple things I want you to notice pre-snap. First of all, pre-snap. Why is this running back staring in this direction? Well, he's staring in this direction because in case this corner blitz comes, that's his guy. He's set to be in pass pro. Maybe you notice that in the future. Here's something else I want you to notice. Pay attention to this free safety because, like I said, this is man one. He's favoring this boundary hash. Now, at the snap of the ball, okay, here's going to be a delayed angle route. Now, right here, bam, when he sticks his foot into the ground, he not only takes one safety with him. Where's the other safety? I'll show you the other safety. And you want to tell me if this is effort or not? Feel free. As an offensive play caller, I have to pay attention every time somebody has a perfect play call against me. And in this case, the UNC Tar Heels, I feel like they do. It's 1st and 10. You're an RPO-heavy team. On top of that, you love to favor inside zone attached RPOs, meaning this is going to be an inside zone blocking scheme. The attachment is going to be a wide receiver tunnel screen. So watch it unfold and watch the defensive line. Because when the offensive line shoots in unison, do you see how the defensive line shoots the gap with them? So now they're trying to get on the inside shoulder. They're trying to occupy here so that these individuals can clean up the mess. And where do you think they're attacking? They're attacking the mesh point. So this is a well-designed run blitz against this style. Now, at this point, I'm like, we should potentially pull the ball and throw the tunnel screen. This play, never going to have success. But here's the reality. Tyler, this is tough for him. If I pull that ball and I have a defender right in that area, maybe it's a Jahvari Harvey situation going back the other way. So, come back to the sideline, maybe we vary this up. As a young quarterback, you can learn so much from this sack, because when you can master your protections, you can buy yourself the time necessary to make a play downfield. The University of Miami Hurricanes are going to get victimized on a sack when they utilize slide protection. So what is slide protection and why utilize it? Well, there was something on film or live that got the University of Miami to go ahead and overreact to a side. Slide protection means if you deem a threat is too heavy from one side of the field, you can go ahead and slide over to compensate. And when Will Mallory is a pass-catching option, if the University of North Carolina sends this defensive tackle through this A-gap, they send a Mike. You could see the numbers here. It is a 5 versus 4 advantage for North Carolina. So I get the call to utilize slide protection. However, there's a caveat here. When Navon Donaldson slides to his right and Zion Nelson kicks to his left, you leave an opening right here. Okay, so what are my options potentially as a quarterback? Well, I'm utilizing a play fake. That's going to stall my running back from getting over. He's going to be late. Maybe I even dummy count this just to see. Take a second to see who's coming, who's not. Make sure you set the protection or simply move your running back over if you know this guy is going to potentially come free. Those two instances of knowing your protection and maybe utilizing those steps, maybe it gets this short up instead of a sack. So not pictured, you're going to have a 4x1 look here at the bottom of the screen. You don't see a wide receiver. He's kind of tucked in off frame. And I saw this on the telecast. University of North Carolina was having a hard time lining up right. They were late getting over. So definitely something that caught them, I thought, a little off guard in terms of a formation. However, at the top of the screen, you're trying to hit the simple offense on a 3rd and 7. Now, this one's going to get away from Tyler Van Dyke, and I have my theory on why, and this is something that we can correct in the future. But on this, I love all platform throws. I love it when the quarterback can go ahead and be a little flat-footed and make throws and be accurate. But a lot of times that has to be like abated to pressure. When it's unabated, when you have a time to step in and go ahead and be pristine mechanically, you got to be able to take this. And this is when I think this throw gets away from Tyler right here. That front step is taking him this way towards the sideline. His intended target's kind of here. So just that little false step. Where does the ball go? Yeah, where your foot goes, typically your ball goes. So that's something we can correct in the future. Great play design. I like this by University of North Carolina. And you got to watch what the play fake does right here to Corey Flagg. For me, it's going to be this level of defenders right here. Right here, 1, 2, 3. Pay attention to Flagg on the play fake. Notice his alignment. See how he sucked in? Now, when he sucks in, here you go. These are 3 defenders. This safety unable to get off his block. That step in, now you're a step inside, can't recover. Your safety can't get off the block. So you have 3 defenders potentially. One got sucked in with a play fake. One's not coming across the formation. One can't get off a block. And 6 points go to the other guys. We watch every interception on this channel. Of course we do. This is how we learn. This is how we get better. And on this 1st and 10, you're running an RPO. Well, of course you are. There's an inside run attached to a slant. Now, there's an inherent rhythm to RPOs, and I'm going to explain that, right? There's a cadence to them. But first things first, pay attention to this number 2 DB over Mike Harley, the number 2 wide receiver here into the boundary. Look at his alignment initially. He's inside of Mike Harley. Post-snap, he's going to change, and we're going to get to that. But let's get to the rhythm first. Here comes the rhythm. Ball in right here at the mesh point. Now, at that point, this is when the rhythm happens, because if you decide to turn and pull this ball and throw, this is when your separation begins. This is when you're going to have to go ahead and deliver a pass. But something happens. Okay, now there's the separation. You saw the little move. Maybe Rambo got away with something. Could be constituted as offensive PI. But what is Tyler Van Dyke staring at, and what is causing him to pause? In my opinion, look at the number 2 DB. He jumped on the inside shoulder. Now he's in a prime situation right there. That little subtle move, it gets Tyler to pause. And at this point, you just can't throw it at that point. The rhythm is gone. So now that DB who initially Rambo had separation, he's bearing down on this. He sees the quarterback clear as day. He's able to go ahead and break that up, and there you go. Now, you have, some conventional wisdom that tells you just don't want two wide receivers standing in the same area. This is potentially one of those reasons, because when he's that close, you have two slants. Harley's not necessarily taking his slant away from the play, and this is the result. You ask me, just that little subtle movement by that number 2 DB before snap, post snap, now he's in that second slant window. I got Tyler to pause. Pick. So earlier in this video, I got Tyler with an errant throw, and I said where your front foot goes, typically your throw tends to go. So let's watch this one. I like it. So much of this season for me, and it's like a little commentary, a little bit of a break before we finish up the rest of this video. It's just little things, right? It's just little things that you notice on film. I've had the fortunate ability to share with you guys, over the years. Started in Rick before that, and into Enos, and now we're into a couple seasons of Lashley. And I enjoy what I do, but it's little things that matter. Pay attention to the route that North Carolina runs here. First of all, they do a really, really good job getting their 11 on your 11. So the matchup in the mismatch is right here. But watch how he runs this route. And later on, we're going to watch a 4th down stop. But watch this. Okay, watch how he runs this route. See how he comes in? And that way he shifts in, look at what it does to Corey Flagg. Look at see that little stutter? That's the little things that matter. That's how you go ahead and get a first down. Watch it again. Watch his move. Comes in. Just that little stutter on the inside just to make sure that he can get the separation. And that was a brilliantly thrown ball by Sam Howell, in time, in rhythm. That's the difference. This one's not really too hard to figure out. This is just when a quarterback just loses sight of it. Now, you can kind of tell right here. Look, you see the vision? See the view right now for Tyler? Basically, you have the right guard directly in front of this. He just never sees this at all. Now, at that point, you should have. That's one you want to have back. He's going to get featured here a lot in the second half because he had a remarkable game. I just love the dynamic he gives you, and that's one rooster. Watch once he gets the ball. All right, there's the hole. You see it. And just to be able to attack it and still run away from the linebacker. I think that's the speed element moving forward that this offense needs to predicate itself on. And when you have a running back who can go ahead and monopolize that space that quickly, great job hitting that hole. Great job getting the first down. Starting to notice it. I get it now. A foot's driving that way. Throw goes that way. Got the PI. A lot of times when you're watching these plays and it just looks so calamitous, it ends up being just, of course, the missed tackles. But it's like effort, too. So we're going to have a missed tackle down here at the bottom of the field. Let's watch that first because James, you had a heck of a game. You flashed. You show that you have the capability of doing this, but we got to go ahead and wrap this up, right? Try to launch into a kill shot with Sam Howell. Do your homework. Understand that that's a tough guy to bring down, especially high. You wrap that up. That play lives to see another day. And then again, when I'm talking about effort, okay, we'll back this up again. Pay attention right here in the middle of the field because I don't know if this is a lot of effort here. Here we go. Okay. Just get. I guess. I don't know. Yes, I saw the clip online, and I saw a debate whether Tyler was a one-read guy or not. But the reality is, in these pre-snap RPO heavy offenses, especially the way Rhett Lashley employs this, you're going to have to make a lot of determinations pre-snap. But in this case, post-snap, I want to show you something. Because Tyler's first read is going to be here to the boundary. His eyes are scanning. So you got two wide receivers. You can constitute that as 1 and 2. Now he swings across the middle of the field, realizes it really quick to be closed off. So now he's coming all the way across the formation to hit a check down. And that seems simple enough. But the reality is, playing quarterback, having a check down when it's not on your primary side, that takes discipline. That's not easy. Even though this is an easy throw, looking at one side of the field, then having the presence of mind to swing all the way back across on this 3rd and 5, yeah, you live to – oh, wait. Then this kid touches the ball. Bang! And I'll tell you once again, that wasn't his first read. Do you remember earlier in this video I started talking to you about the little things? It's the little things that need to show up on a week-to-week basis that I think could net big results. And what was the backdrop? It was a North Carolina slot receiver who used a nice nifty stem at the top of his route to create separation and get a first down. Now, in contrast, on 4th and 3, pay attention to the Miami Hurricane slot receiver. He's just going to find the marker. He's going to turn around. He's going to drift into his defender, and the opportunity to extend the chains at a critical juncture. It's 4th and 3, 13:42 left. There could have been debate whether or not you should have punted it, but after last week when you missed a field goal and things seemed passive, maybe I applaud the effort to stay aggressive. But that didn't happen here. North Carolina ball. Now let's back this up. It's 4th and 3, and Manny Diaz said something. We need to find these kids the play. It's that extra play because these kids aren't winning and they deserve to. And something to that effect. But on 4th and 3, and I know Tyler's young and he's a nice kid, but you give me a stop, one dig, and everybody else are running stops, I'm telling you right now, boss, if I was a senior, upperclassman the way I was, I'm running to the sideline and you and I are having a talk because I need a better play call than this. I need a better play call in this. There was no motion. There was no shifts. There was no identifiers. It was simply, let's just do a stop, and hopefully it works. Hope is not a strategy. And I know, it didn't get completed. It was not a first down. But I'm telling you right now, I'd be heated. James, I love your passion. I love your attitude. I love the way you're flying around on this film. But you just can't do this. It's 3rd and 9. You keep them short. You toss him down. In today's football, Poppy, this is going to be a flag every single time. Once again, Tyler Van Dyke, to me, this was like a throw of the game. This was a man's throw. 2-by-1 look, ace gun, 11 set personnel. Watch Tyler's vision immediately at the snap of the ball. It's coming straight out. I love when quarterbacks do that because it's going to keep these safeties at bay. Now, he's going to notice something right here. All right, still looking more towards the center of the field. And then he sees something open. And this throw, right, because we're going to watch it from a different angle. That's a man's throw on the outside, on a line. You're looking at about a 30-yard throw. But just watch the ability right here, okay? Feet not in line. We kind of talked about this in that video, but in this case, okay, he just needs to make a throw now. Can you still be accurate? In this case, yes. And from this platform, boom. Just able to generate a lot of power on the ball. Had that safety turned around. Great job, body control by Mike Harley. That was a clutch catch and a great throw. So let's pay attention once again to Tyler Van Dyke's vision on this play. 3rd and 7, it's a critical juncture at the game. You need this conversion. 3-side, empty set look. Here it is to the boundary. Now, at the snap of the ball, where does his vision go? Right here to the boundary. Now, pay attention. When he doesn't throw this ball, everything's covered. This right at the sticks, yep, covered. This go route, there's somebody over the top. This was a 4-versus-3 look, and obviously this is going to be short of the sticks. So now he pants to the middle, maybe a thought to run. Doesn't panic, stays back, and this to me could be vintage TVD in the future, right? Scan the field, it's not there, let's make a play, have pocket presence, and then look at the throw from that platform, okay? In that platform, I'm okay. That platform is fine. When you can be pristine, be pristine. When you need to get your foot in line, get your foot in line. But in this case, the way that that play panned out, you got to make this quick throw. Your receiver needs the ball now. And this was a good throw all the way across the formation. Remember where his first vision went. It went towards the boundary side. That was a field side completion after scanning the whole entire field. Good job. In the fourth quarter, inside 4 minutes, the University of Miami has a critical lapse in protection. The University of North Carolina is going to be utilizing a zone blitz, one in which they're feinting pressure from the field side. These two defenders are trying to get the University of Miami to compensate that side, potentially utilize that slide protection again. However, the University of Miami is going to block this inside out. Now, at the snap of the ball, you're going to notice something right here. Zion Nelson is going to let that defender outside of him run free. He's going to block it down. So that center, left guard, left tackle, 3 versus 2. And I've said this for the better part of all year, 6 games in, that the University of Miami running back doesn't work always in harmony with its protection schemes. You send them too early in as a check down when possibly they could help. But watch, like 2 ships passing in the night. You have somebody coming free, you don't block the guy, running back's just going to stand in the middle of the field. Now I'm going to ask you a question. Is he better suited at that juncture to go ahead and block or stand and look pretty in the middle of the field? You've done this all year. All year. All year. Last interception. This is going to be the last clip of the night. Center gets beat. That's all it is. He gets beat. They pick it up. Sad thing is when you look back on this, you're going to have, I actually like the inside release. He's going to create the separation. You know, it's 15 seconds, but if you get this line to go, it's going to stop the clock. So you can potentially run another play or spike it and kick the field goal and go for the tie. So right there, that's a good decision to throw. I think that's going to be open. But your center got beat. Watch it one more time. You needed a play. You couldn't get it done.